Well, a little water trickled in just now. Kind of what I figured. Makes sense. We're coming up on we're not going to be able to sell wars with the Middle East here pretty soon program. It's going to be harder and harder to sell wars with the Middle East because we never got anywhere with any of the wars, and that was by design. The only reason we were going over there to fight wars was so Lockheed Martin could sell war machines. Well, Lockheed Martin doesn't want to go to war with Russia, right? But if you wanted to convince the public that we needed a whole lot more war machines, how would you do it? Very easily. What you'd do is send a representative of Lockheed Martin's over to Russia and say, hey, I want to sell war machines in America, and we both know we're never going to go to war with each other because we got nukes pointed at each other. But what I'm going to do is have my little media minions start pumping a bunch of Russia collusion bullshit and this and that, and I want your name all over the media, and it's going to make you look really bad. Remember that time we set up that deal in Afghanistan where we shot down some of your helicopters, and then we ended up going to Afghanistan, so that really that was the excuse behind the scenes, and even that was bullshit. So that's the same thing that's going on here. So what Lockheed did, and they got all of their technology out there in outer space, and I told you how they use the Russian hookers were peeing on Donald Trump. That's kind of going on right now too, but it's also Lockheed. So you had the Sikorsky helicopter, the MiG-Dick. You know, Lockheed bought the Sikorsky from Russia. So what they're doing is they created this big narrative of Russia, 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 right? Russia, 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 and they got all this Russian bullshit in everybody's head. Well, later on down the road, what's going to happen is you're going to hear in the media that we are having a confrontation with Russia, right? Of course, we ain't doing shit. There's nothing going on. It's just, we already agreed that, you know, all Lockheed Martin wanted to do was sell some war machines. Hey, don't worry, Russia. I'll make sure you get a big old, you know, chunk of change out of this deal when it's all said and done. So now Lockheed has put the Russian collusion narrative and everything into the public's head, and so when we get ready, it just kind of always looks like we might be going to war with Russia. It just kind of always looks like we might be going to war with Russia. Well, if it always looks like you're about to go to war with the third largest country in the, you know, a well-armed country, third largest military in the world probably, what does that do? Well, it makes it easier for Lockheed Martin to receive contracts to build war machines, because it's easier to sell the idea that we need more war machines, right? So this is a big Lockheed Martin Russia scam the entire time. The whole fucking thing was. It's all bullshit. And them two were working together with the media, who's Lockheed. A lot of the media is Lockheed's little CIA, you know, the propaganda machine. The CIA, Lockheed Martin, or CIA uses Lockheed Martin's technology. But what nobody realized is Lockheed Martin had another remote facility with other technology using the same technology. So all of the infrastructure is in place to carry the signals in the water to people's minds to make them believe whatever the hell the CIA wants them to believe. But what the Lockheed never told the CIA was when they developed that, they had a twin to what they gave you, CIA, or sold you, and they kept it for themselves. And now once y'all set yourselves up and you got all stanky, skunk works, what Lockheed did was say, well, hell, there ain't anything you can say to us now, CIA, because you're guilty of all kinds of freaking crimes here, and basically you should all be in lethal injection chambers at this point, every single last one of you. I'm going to fire up my own individual military-industrial complex that remote facility that drives the infrastructure that hacks people's minds, which is the same infrastructure that you use that hacks people's minds, CIA. But we have one too, and what we're going to do is make sure you all die, and then that way we can sell more war machines with this fake war that we're about to have with Russia. That's basically everything that's going on.
Hey, satanic cult in Washington and the media. Check this out. We've already established that the tree behind me, you know, here is the tree of life, and then you had the swamp there. You remember we was going to drain the swamp? Well, President Trump wasn't doing a very good job of that. So what we did is, well, and you know, this is hallowed ground. This is like a spiritual place, right? It's forbidden. It's forbidden to be messed with, because basically this is the fortune teller zone where the wizard and the purple hooker work together. Tulsi Gabbard, and she was when she came to Washington, she gave all of the Washington people, you know, she's an army mole, right? I mean, because she was in the army. And what happened is is she gave everybody macadamian toffee. Damien means Satan, right? It means devil. So macadamia nut toffee, right? So she gave it to everybody in Washington. And it was poisoned. DARPA poisoned them. So so it's the Mac Daddy of deviled nuts, right? Because they already had the nanotechnology in them and stuff like that. So here's since you know this is the hallowed ground where we do the fortune telling and everything that I do becomes reality. Well, what I wanted to do was I'm going to stop this and I'm going to show you how you take care of the swamp. What we got here is some fire ant killer from Bengal. It's called ultra dust. So what you'd want to do is you want to take that, right? Because we couldn't drain the swamp, so we'll just poison it. We're gonna poison them all. That's what y'all get for doing satanic ritual abuse on me.